does exactly the way that it comes. It has a good tone to it. It makes it a lot deeper. Sounds great. Kind of just solves that itch that you have when you have the factory exhaust. I'm not going to waste your time on here's what a factory exhaust sounds like. You probably already got it. Next up, this is what I want to call beast mode. So this is a modification that is going to sound something like this. So here's all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this reducer right here. It just goes from 3" to 2.5 just to try and free up a little bit of flow, get a little better sound out of this. So I'll be back once this is cut off. Alright, so how did I come to this conclusion? So basically what I did was I looked at it and I wanted the best flow that I can get out of this exhaust. When I saw that reduction down to 2.5, that kind of bothered me. I initially put the exhaust on, heard what it sounded like. I go, oh, that's great. But it still kind of left me wanting more. So I reached out to MBRP and I almost kind of feel like I got ghosted. Or when they did respond back that way that I contacted them, it was kind of like, that's just how you install the exhaust. Wasn't very satisfied with that answer because my question was, why is this here? Now, I already kind of knew one reason why it was there. So before I get to that, I reached out to 797. Instantly, they responded back, and I was talking to somebody that actually works on stuff. I knew I was just getting a better quality of responses back from this person. He gave me a couple pointers on things that I could do. One thing he was mentioning was that once the exhaust is fully in, I can go through and I can tack weld in certain areas just as an extra security that it's not going to fall off. I'm not too worried about that, but that's good advice. Extra security, so it's just a whole bunch of pieces on your exhaust. As compared to what you just took off, it's all one welded piece. So something you might want to consider. It's something that they said to me, and I'll relay that on to you. So basically, when I contact 797, they're like, huh, that's funny. We have one on the lift, and we're thinking about the same thing. Why is that there? So we kind of came to the conclusion of cutting it off. They might already cut it off. They know exactly how this is going to sound. So I wanted to know for myself how it was going to sound. So in the midst, still kind of pondering on whether or not I really wanted to cut this off, MBRP finally gets back to me. And this is what they said. They said the reduction in the pipe is called a velocity inducer. This helps with drone and accelerates the exhaust flowing through the pipe. Okay, it's going to help with drone. This is going to have drone. I know that. I'm not too worried about that. Accelerate through the pipe? No. Basically, the way they had that set up, that's going to create back pressure. Back pressure is not going to accelerate through the pipe. If you are going from a larger to a smaller, then back to a larger, what you're doing is you're reducing it, causing a restriction, and then it's going to massively slow down afterwards. You'll probably actually be hurting yourself more by doing it that way. If you're super worried about drone, you got those middle pieces, the straight middle pieces directly after the X pipe. Get yourself some resonators if this is too loud after you did that. So I cut it off. I'm not going back. I like it.